Hello folks, just a little backstory as to why you see pictures of me when I'm much younger, decades younger, back in the 70s younger, actually probably, let's see, almost 1980. Well, I had a fascination back in the 70s with tigers, and I still do. I love them. And I went into an art supply store one time and I noticed some giant pieces of glass and acrylics, and I had a thought. I pondered over it, went home, and then went back to the art studio, and I purchased a giant piece of glass that was double thickness, and the acrylics, and Indian ink. And I sat down on the table and I stared at it for a while, and I wanted a tiger, and this was the result. And I thought I would share it with you. First, I used the Indian ink to create my tiger. I had nothing to look at, no books, no nothing. It was just out of my head, lickety split. Didn't take very long, and I drew the tiger onto the glass with the Indian ink. I let it dry. Then I came back with sponges and my acrylic paints, and I painted it in. And then I went back to the studio, and I bought 14 count, it's called sheets of gold, and that went on behind the acrylic paints because they were dabbed in with a sponge, so the gold shines through when the light hits it just right. So I thought I would share this with you. I gifted it to my grandfather back in the 70s. He took it to a framer and had it framed. And he thought he was framing it for me to have in my home. And I went, no, this is your birthday present. Oh my goodness, he was so happy. He kept this picture until he died. And I received it back. And I've been carrying it around from move to move, either in the back of my car. I would not allow it to be on a moving van because this art is done on glass. Double thickness, yes, but it's still glass. So if it breaks, it's gone. Which seems stupid, right? Why didn't I do canvas? Well, because some things are precious. And it's so precious in life, like our own lives. If we're not careful with our own lives, they could be lost and gone forever. So one must take note about their own lives and what they do with them, because it is our own responsibility what we do to our lives, to our bodies, to our health, and to our soul, and to our happiness. And happiness is not from other people. Happiness comes from inside. When you're looking for it, just look inside and really think about it, and you'll find it in the most simple place. And you'll go, how did I not see this before? So this is why back in the 70s I crafted this tiger that was just wanting to come out of my brain. And it's on glass because there was a message to this painting, and that was the message. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm going to be sharing blasts from the past on the weekends, I believe. Or at least I'm going to try. And show you some other things like paper mache, homemade cold clay that I made out of just stuff you probably already have in your cabinet. So join me on the weekends, possibly every Saturday, but don't hold me to that. I'm not so young anymore. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this intro into Blast from the Past and my art done on glass. Bye-bye.